Welcome back to the Ultimate Diecast Garage, where today we're unboxing and reviewing this Liberty64 Golf GTI Mark II in a really nice chrome purple. You can see this outer box straight away is really nicely designed with the Golf written on one side, pictures of the actual model on the other side, your warnings as standard on the bottom, and the Liberty64 logo on the top and on the side as well. You can see the model is sleeveless, but the acrylic case isn't scratched, which is really nice to see. I would have liked to see a sleeve maybe, but nonetheless the out of packaging is really nicely designed. You can see the model coming on a standard plastic base with the metal base plate up front with a VW Golf Mark II and the outline of the model as well. The black base has got a little bit of a textured maybe carbon effect to it, but nonetheless is still the standard plastic base. But like I say, the model is a really nice contrast in that really nice bright chrome purple, which is obviously the first thing that does stand out on the model, although it is nicely detailed, and these are possibly one of the most detailed sets of wheels I have seen on a model. Just look how intricate they actually are. Now unfortunately you can see a few little blemishes in the paint, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I do understand that chrome is quite hard to perfect, but I would have liked to see a little bit of a better finish with the chrome, a little bit more attention to the quality maybe, not the actual finish, as the finish is quite good, but like I say, there is a few little blemishes on the model. Not the greatest, but again, not the end of the world, as the whole model is really nicely designed. You can see the louvers on the back are really nicely proportioned, and the exhaust tips are a really nice detail as well. You can see again there's a lot of dust collected on the top of the model, and that is a little bit of an issue. Same with the bonnet there was a little mark, but nonetheless, like I say, that is going to happen with a chrome colour, I do think, especially with fingerprints and stuff like that. But you can see the badges front and rear really nicely designed, obviously the VW logo nice and present, not as crisp as maybe you would like to see, but it is still there and still visible and is still clear nonetheless. You can see the GTI plate up front really nicely proportioned and nice and big, and the GTI on the grille as well, which again nicely proportioned, and I do like that it is readable. Now personally I would like to have seen a little bit more detail put into the tail lights, as although they are good and fairly well proportioned, you can see the front has got some really nice detail with obviously the badge, the grille being nicely done, the spotlights and also the headlights really nicely proportioned. But you can see on the rear of the model I would like to have seen a little bit more detail, like I say, put into the rear, especially with the tail lights. You can see the GTI plate really nicely done on the rear, just like the front, with the VW badge as well. But again, the tail lights maybe could have done a little bit better. But let me know what you think about the tail lights in the comments down below. Now proportionally, sat next to the likes of a Mini GT or an Inno 64, this model is a tiny little bit bigger and a little bit wider, with the wide body kit obviously being super wide and aggressive. But it definitely isn't anything that will make it stand out, and it does look perfectly normal in a diorama situation. Now for me personally, this model definitely looks better with the packaging. Obviously, you know, we open everything and I do put everything in dioramas as well, but for me the packaging really adds to this model and the aesthetic of this model, and in my opinion makes it stand out that little bit more.